Well, it's astonishing, the appetite that fans demonstrate for information about Doctor Who. The hunger is never-ending. Supplying vital fodder has become something of an industry, and fan magazines spring up from nowhere. One glossy example bears the title The Official Doctor Who Magazine, and is put together by self-confessed fans, published professionally by Marvel Comics.
Gary, I've got this artwork for the next strip which has come in, so can you have a look through it and see if there's anything on the lettering that's going to cause problems? I hope that the magazine has a wider appeal than just Doctor Who buffs, because every issue we regard as a first issue for someone, and we'd like to use the comic strip which we have in every issue to introduce readers to Doctor Who in a different way to how he appears on the television series. The comic strip in the Doctor Who magazine was the first thing that really got the comic off the ground back in 1979, and it's still a very important part of the magazine. We have quite well-known artists and writers working on the strip.
With comic strips, you break down a great deal more barriers, because you can create amazing special effects on a much smaller budget. So we try and make aliens more impossibly alien than they can be in television stories, and settings more dramatically interesting than they could be for a film or TV.
The great thing about the comic strip is that it can take the Doctor to worlds, and worlds that he's never been to before. And also in Australia, who are always complaining to us because they get the magazine 3 months late because it's shipped over there rather than flown. Doctor Who appeals to so many people for so many different reasons. It'd be impossible to define what exactly it was, but I just think because it's so varied, that's why it's continued for so long. And good luck to it.
Now, millions of words have been written about the Doctor Who phenomenon, far more words than have ever been used in the stories themselves. There's a whole industry that's been built up around the series. And with me now is John Freeman, who you've just seen, and with him is Terrance, who's responsible, of course, for quite a few books himself, having written more than 50 novelisations of Doctor Who adventures, as well as numerous episodes of The Real Thing and the stage plays, of course. Terrance, first of all, what's the most difficult thing about turning TV into a book?
I think it's really that you are quite literally on your own, because, you know, television's a collaborative thing, and for the show you see on the screen, you've got lights, acting, costume, direction, music, all kinds of things. A book, it's words on the page and what those words say to the mind of the reader. You know, and my ideal has always been to make the book have the kind of play the show in the, you know, the cinema of the mind in the reader's head.
So we could always see you actually writing a book about the missing episodes.
Yes, I mean, some of the ones that I came to, you know, where we were kind of backtracking, by the time I came to write the book, there was perhaps only one episode left, and that might be the middle one or something. But you could at least see the actors, get a feel of the sets, get a feel of the performance, you know. So yeah. It's kind of like archaeology. If you can get a tiny little fragment of bone, you can do the whole dinosaur.
John, this is from the archives from the Doctor Who magazine. What are your favourite pieces here?
Well, my favourite pieces here are probably things like the Dalek World, which gave us great things like wonderful strips like this and massive cutaways of Dalek saucers and things like that.
How old is that one?
That's about 1965-66. And also a lot of the fanzines that we can see here from various other countries like America, and the books, the foreign language books, one of which is Terrance.
Doctor Who und das Komplott der Daleks.
Yes, written by Terrance.
I think it's plot plan. Well, it's not Marner plan. I don't know what the original of that was.
No, that was the Daleks master plan, I think it was supposed to be.
That's Komplott.
And the massive stuff that fans supply to us for reference, the older versions, we have the Portuguese version, Doctor Who Eos Zabi. Wonderful. It sounds a bit like a Monty Python sketch, doesn't it?
Great. Well, it's very amazing. We'll have to sit and have a flick through afterwards.
Absolutely.
Sharma, over to you.
Now, we all know that followers of any cult can become a little obsessive, but as we researched this programme, we became more and more aware that everyone we had met had, at some stage, suffered a bout of Doctor Who fever. Here's an example of exactly what we mean by that.